Ad nga agahon. Hope everyone is doing good. First, I saw a lot of feeds on my Facebook this morning. The Catholic Church just elected a new Pope, Pope Leo the 14th. I know here in the Philippines, they're excited regarding the new Pope. You know, majority of the Philippines is Roman Catholic. I looked it up on Google and it said 78.8% of Filipinos identify themselves as Catholic. That's about 90 million people here in the Philippines that are Catholic. Hey HD, all right. Thank you HD for being our moderator for today. Hey Danny, what's up? Ray, my friend Danny there. Hello. Hey Glenn, good morning, bro. Good morning. Glenn and I were just chatting. He's trying to sell a used car. So if anybody out there is interested in a used car, Glenn has one. He's taking good care of the car, put money into the car. He just bought a new one just because the car that he bought initially was manual. So this car, the new car that they got is automatic. Just easier to drive automatic here. But, you know, I know many people still prefer manual. You know, it's like, I still know how to drive a manual, but it's been a while since I've driven a manual transmission car. The heat index here, I was going to talk about the heat index here in the Philippines because it continues to be hot here as expected. You know, it's summertime still in the Philippines. I would say probably the entire May is going to be summer here still. We won't really get it to the rainy season till about June, maybe even end of June really. So we really have hot temperatures here in the Philippines. That's why I'm constantly hydrating. I got my Vita Coco coconut water. I stock up on these on my fridge. I don't sponsor them or anything. I just like them. I just like drinking them. And then of course Dazel. She always gets. We have a jug in our car, so when we're out and about. Dazzle's always like getting a fresh buko. See, it's only 8 a.m. here. I got the fan going, windows open, and I'm still sweating. But I sweat a lot anyway. I naturally sweat a lot. Hey, Daniel, howdy, Daniel, my good buddy from Jacksonville, Florida. 91 in Central California. That's what Danny was saying. 91. Woo! Over here, we are getting about the same temperatures. During the day here in Aklan, here in our community, we reach about in the 90s for sure. I mean, especially by the middle of the day, by noontime, it gets hot. Make, model, mileage, and asking price. Hey, Glenn, HD is asking about the make and model and the mileage and the asking price. If you don't mind sharing that, Glenn, you know, it's like, and then the asking price. You never know, Glenn. We might get a buyer. We might get a buyer here on the live stream. People are always looking. I know that people are always looking for a car here in the Philippines. And you know, used car is a lot less. You would spend a lot less than buying a new car here. Can get high because of the interest rates. That's why a lot of people still prefer buying a used car that way. No car payments. John C. Hi, Gino. I hope you're doing great. I love how much work you do with Liana in the medical terminology. Filipino nurses are amazing. The world is fortunate to have nurses. Mom, oh, all right, John C. Hey, man, you know, it's like, I have the background, you know, like I said, I work in the medical field for 27 years. And I always tell Leanna how great it would be to work in a hospital because you're serving people when you work in a hospital, no matter where you work in the hospital. You know, it's a good job to have because it gives something to you, to yourself, like a return that you're helping people, you're taking care of people. And I know Leanna would become a good nurse because she's very kind, very considerate. I know she would become a good nurse someday. Michael C, good morning. Hey, hey, brother, what's up? My friend in Trece Martres, Cavite. Hey, man, I was just looking at the heat indexes, and one of the areas where it was the danger zone. I thought about you when I read it. Is Sangli Point in Cavite. I remember the Sangli Point at one time when the Americans were here, the U.S. Navy was in the Philippines. That was one of the bases here in the Philippines, Sangli Point in Cavite. And they were on that list of danger zone heat index, 43 to 44 degrees Celsius, reaching temperatures in like the 111 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's just hot. You know, I don't care. I don't care where you're at. When the temperatures go above 100, man, it's hot. Yeah, anywhere you are. Like me here, it's like 8 a.m. Like I said, I'm already sweating here. But I'm used to it. I don't mind. I don't mind sweating because, especially now, I've been working out a lot more. I walk in the morning and then I walk in the sunset with Dazel. I do jump rope. I've been doing a little, light dumbbells, push-ups. I'm just trying to get back in good shape. You know, it's like, and I'm happy because it feels good. It feels good. You know, I'm finally feeling like the way I was before I got sick with cancer. Now I feel like I'm back to normal. I'm able to do things that I'm able to. I'm even skateboarding again. You know, it's like it's just a good feeling. I'm just so grateful each day because I'm getting to do the experiences that I love doing. You know, it's like very grateful, very grateful. And so is Dazzle. You know, she can tell I'm a lot happier. You know, with my progress, with my recovery progress. Just got two cases of coconut. Hey, I know, man. They're over here. I can buy these. I can buy these 1 liter. 1 liter. I can buy this 119 pesos, about $2 at SM Cherry, sometimes at Save More Grocery. Those are the two places where I can pick them up. 7-Eleven, of course, they sell it, but they sell it higher. They sell it, I think, 139 pesos. So they're making an extra 20 pesos at 7-Eleven. Yes, it's super hot, bro, for sure. I know, man. I was just looking. Some of the areas on the danger heat index, Dagupan, Pangasinan. And I remember Dazzles and I's trip to Pangasinan. We drove through there. One area that's really hot, that area for some reason is just always in the list of being the hottest temperatures here in the Philippines. Iba, Zambales is another one. They're reaching danger. Lawag in Ilocos Norte, same thing. There's beaches near it, but it still gets hot. You know, it doesn't matter if they're close to the ocean. They're still hitting like danger heat here in the Philippines. And then, of course, even at the airport, Naiya International in Pasay City in Manila, they get like high temperatures. Because I remember last year, it got so dry by the international airport last year. The grass area there got so dry that they even had a fire, like a wildfire with the grass, and it burned like at least 20 vehicles that were parked near that area. So really have to watch the high temperatures here because, of course, with the high temperature, you get a lot of fires here in the Philippines. You know, unfortunately, you get a lot of fires. But here in our province, luckily, even though it's hot right now, we haven't hit the danger heat index because we've been getting rain. Like last night, all throughout the night, it was pouring rain. I could hear it because we have a metal roof, so I can hear it. Actually, nice to hear, like kind of soothing sound on our metal roof. But it rained all night. I would say the past week we've been getting rain every day, and it's usually at nighttime or after sunset. Is like last night when Dazel and I, when we were walking during sunset, it got really dark. It didn't rain, but it got really dark. Clouds came in, it's like we had to rush back, but we got our walk in at sunset. Like I said, I've been trying to walk more. I try to get an hour in the morning and then an hour in the evening. So 2 hours of walking per day. But I still get all my sleep. I'm a sleeper, it's like I really believe that out of anything that I did during my recovery, sleeping is the main thing that helps me every time. Because when I feel tired or weak, during my recovery, if I get like 8 hours of sleep, I just wake up refreshed, and I keep that up, so I make sure by 8 p.m. I'm like in bed already sleeping, and then I usually wake up by 4:30, 5 a.m. So I'm getting 8 hours of sleep, and then after lunch, I even take a nap, when I can. John C., I agree. And when she becomes a mom, she'll be able to help her family so much good. It is. And that's the thing. And Leanna was so good about Leanna. She's only 12. She understands that, John C. She understands that the thing, well, I'm helping her. We're getting her to, someday to become a nurse, that she will be able to help her nephews, because Leanna loves her little nephews. She's got like Gub Gub, Dudoy. They're like 5 and 6, and Tupe. They're all younger than Leanna, and Leanna knows that she has a chance to like help them out. I already told the nephews that when it's time for them to go to college, that I will support them. I will provide college for them, their tuition and all that in Calibo. Because for me, it's not that expensive to send them to college. Like even for Leanna, for nursing school for Leanna at here in Calibo at St. Gabriel College, it would cost me about $1,000 a year on tuition. Same thing with the nephews. The nephews, they want to be seamen. They want to work on the container ships and all that, become a seaman, because they make good money. A lot of people here in Aklan province, they send their kids to seaman school. Aklan Polytechnic School in Calibo. Same thing. Their tuition is about $1,000 a year. Of course, they'll have expenses like their housing and food. But our plan is this house right here where we're living, this is where they're going to live. Leanna and the nephews when it's time for them to go to college. And then Dazel and I, by that time, I'll have my Social Security by that time. So we'll have more money and we'll be able to maybe build our home in Dazel's land in Aklan, or even just rent in Boracay, because I do want to live in Boracay again. It's like I'm a beach person. Y'all know, it's like I love the beach in Boracay, so I wouldn't mind at all to live in Boracay again. I got a taste of it. 2011, 2012, living in Boracay, and I really enjoyed it, because I don't need much when I'm in Boracay. As long as I have the beach in the morning and then sunset, it's like, it's all happiness for me. It's my happy place in Boracay. There you go, Glenn. Hey, thanks, Glenn, for posting that, man. Appreciate it, brother. There it is. Glenn's got a 2019 Nissan Almera. And the good thing here in Calibo now, there's a Nissan dealership. So that helps, that helps a lot that there's a Nissan dealership here. If you have any service, maintenance, things like that done on the Nissan, they have a Nissan dealership now here in Calibo. There's in Aklan province, we have 3 dealerships. We have a Toyota dealership, Toyota Aklan here in Numancia. Calibo's got a Nissan dealership, and then Suzuki, because they still make cars, Suzuki cars here. The Jimny, I know my friend Joel mentioned to me that they don't have that Jimny, that it looks like a Jeep, like a little Jeep, 2-door, 4-door. I know my friend told me they don't have that in the United States, but they do have that here. Very popular here. Actually, that is the car that'll be someday will be our car. Is the is the Jimny, the four-door Jimny. Once once I get my social security, and then maybe, we got a few more years on our Wigo. Our car is awesome, and the Wigo is a great car. All right, thanks for posting that, Glenn. Ray, hey, my good friend from Sacramento, California. What's up, my brother? I'm trying to request my granddaughter's medical records online on CD. I'll catch her. Hey, no worries, brother. Thanks for doing a shout out, Ray. Appreciate you, my brother. Take care of business, man. That's more important. Medical records, that's more important than a live stream, brother. Working careers in medical fields gives you great retirement packages and very nice. Man, and they're just such a demand for them. Even here in the Philippines, it's like that seems to be the path to a lot of Filipinos to be able to work overseas and earn money. It's like the two things that I see here that I would recommend if you got kids going to school here, or you want to bring your kids here to go to school, would be nursing, and then the seaman school, the one that Aklan Polytechnic, because those two, if you graduate college on those two career fields, anything medical, med tech, nurse, lab tech, you have a job waiting for you, not just here in the Philippines, but like opportunity to go abroad, like in Korea. They're recruiting people here to go to Korea, to Japan, to Dubai. That's a popular place for nurses. And then the seamen, the minute they graduate, a lot of them, they get hired to work on ships. It's like, I know I have a lot of U.S. Navy veterans and retirees watching our channel, so they know all about being in a ship and all that. Me, I have no experience of being on a ship. I haven't even taken a cruise in my life, so I don't know nothing about being in a big boat. I've taken the ferries. That's about the closest thing I have to be in a ship. Like I've taken the ferry from Aklan to Manila, to Batangas. That was like a 12-hour ferry, but no big ships out in the ocean, because I know they got big waves and all that. I think that would worry me, being out in a big boat. Peter, oh hey Peter, what's up? Good morning, brother. Good to see you feeling and looking better. You're right. Oop. Just woke up. Angela City. I'm already, you're already sweating. Yeah, see, that's the thing, people that haven't been to the Philippines, or haven't been to the Philippines in a while. It's hard to describe to them the heat here in the Philippines, but people that's been here understand that it's a different heat here. Even my mate in Canada, David, he always he's done with the snow. Thank goodness he sent me a video. They're like more spring type weather now, no snow anymore. But he told me when he was here in Balete, he stayed here in Balete, Aklan. He said that heat was the hardest thing for him to get used to, and he was only here for like a month. But he said that it's really different. The heat here hits different. Is it true there are plenty of distressed condos in Manila, BGC? I see that on videos, Mr. 007. I know they said they have a surplus of condos, but BGC, I doubt it. I can't vouch for it because I don't live in BGC. But from all I've seen about BGC, it's like booming in BGC. I mean, they got everything there. They got Texas Roadhouse, Starbucks. When you live in BGC, you're practically living in Los Angeles, in my opinion. Everything, Western amenities and everything, it's at BGC at a lower cost. I mean, there are some that are similar cost, expensive, if you're like living in a penthouse of a high rise, but it's still affordable. And that's what I always tell people. People always argue. I see communication on Facebook, and they're saying, they can live cheaper in the US. And to me, it's like, doesn't make sense, because to me, anywhere in the Philippines, that's the reason why Americans, Canadians come to the Philippines is because of the housing. That's the one thing you'll save here in the Philippines. It's like when you come here, even if you live in the city here, especially if you live in the province here, you're gonna save money. You're not gonna spend, outrageous amount of money just for rent here. Kip, hey, my good brother in Tucson, Arizona. Hey, Kip. Good morning, good morning. Everybody's still asleep, Kip. Dazel's mom came down earlier. She had coffee and bread, but she went back upstairs. But I know Dazel and Leanna, they're still sleeping because they stay up late. Sometimes I'm surprised, like, I wake up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom or something, and I'm still hearing TV down here, like at midnight, 1 a.m. So it's vacation time for Leanna, so we're letting her stay up late. Hey, Tanya, hello. Larry P, you look great. All right, hey, thank you. I feel great. I do feel great. I've come a long way because even looking at the old videos and things like that, it's like I'm 149 pounds now. It's like that's my regular weight. During the pandemic, I was running a lot because everybody was just stuck here, so I was running in the subdivision here. I got super fit during the pandemic running here, and I was about 149 pounds, I remember, and that's what I weigh now. So, I'm back to like and I even start jogging, so I'm getting there. I think a couple more months, I think I'm ready to go back to running again. And I didn't think I could do that anymore. I didn't think I can go back to running because I was all worried about my endurance, that I don't have the endurance. But I started doing jump rope, and I'm like, man, I'm just feeling good. I'm feeling like I'm getting back to normal. So I think it won't be long till I'm back running again. Maybe even shoot for running a 5K again. They have 5Ks here in Calibo, and sometimes even Boracay, they have 5K. So I wouldn't mind doing that. That would be a major accomplishment for me because when I look back, like right after my treatments, June of 2023, man, I was like, I was in bad shape. I was like, I was 119 pounds. I've never been that, that weight, that low. I was just basically like skin and bones, and I didn't have any energy at all. It's like I had a hard time climbing up the stairs. So now it's like it's just a blessing. I feel blessed. I feel so grateful for my life now that I have my life back. I feel like I have my life back. Hey, Tim, all right, Tim. JT rewinding. Hey, JT, what's up? Tim, my friend in Las Vegas. Hey, Tim, I was thinking about you yesterday. We went to Calibo. We ate at that Jollibee by the museum, by the cathedral there at Pastrana Park. And while I was filming, I remember you mentioning, how they remodeled Pastrana Park. There used to be like a cement wall. They just, did away with all the cement wall. Now it's steps. It does look a lot nicer because now it's like, it feels like it's open. Before, it felt so enclosed with all the cement walls. Now, when you're walking, it feels like Pastrana Park is bigger. It just feels bigger. We ate at Jollibee. We ate at Jollibee yesterday because my sister and Dazel, they were talking on the phone. And they got yesterday for like about an hour. My sister in Houston, Texas. Hey, Ate Jude. And she was talking with Dazel, and they got their conversation turned into Jollibee. So Dazel said as soon as she got off the phone, we're eating at Jollibee. And we did. Dazel and Mom, they had the spaghetti and chicken combination. And then me, it's amazing how I've been here for so long. I've never had the Champ burger. It's a good sized burger too. It was like I didn't know the Champ burger was it's not a quarter pounder, it's a 1/3 burger. So it's even bigger than a quarter pounder, and it is. It was bigger than the McDonald's quarter pounder that I usually get here. It had lettuce, tomato, and all beef, 100% beef. It says on the package. I was surprised, and it was good. I was like, man, I didn't realize how good burger they had at Jollibee, because I always eat chicken at Jollibee or spaghetti. That was the first time I tried the Champ Burger. I've even had the chicken sandwich at Jollibee, but never the Champ Burger. And it was delicious. It was like 250 pesos. So that's about $4.50 for the Champ Burger, French fries, and a drink. So I think that the three of us, we ate, and our lunch for the three of us, it was like $10 for the three of us. So it's still cheap. My sister was telling me how when they go to Jollibee in Houston, that it costs more than like Popeyes. I guess because over in Houston, it's considered imported, from the Philippines. So she said when they go to Popeyes, it's a lot cheaper than when they go to Jollibee. They probably get more stuff at Jollibee too, because you miss a lot. My sister says when they go to Jollibee, they eat some of the things that they normally can't get at other fast food places. Like what was she saying? That I forgot that it's like pancit palabok. My sister said they have that too at the Jollibee in Houston. Ooh, a lot of people are saying hi. I don't want to miss Yan. All right, Yan. Hello, hello. Larry P. Hey, Larry. What's up? What's up? Hey, HD. Thanks for deleting some of that. I know you're watching out during the live stream. Hey, Ivory Lewis Pinkett. All right, man. All right, Daniel Barry. Yo, hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Sports highlight. We're watching a lot of sports. We have here in the Philippines, Dazel and I, we subscribe to NBA League Pass. And our League Pass here, it's about 499 pesos a month. So that's about $9 a month for NBA League Pass. You can watch all the games. Dazzle's a big basketball fan. I like watching basketball too, so we subscribe. And then when the finals ends, we'll end the subscription, and then we'll wait again next season. Oh, my friend TextFat. All right. Hey, Brian. Good morning. Good evening. Hey, brother. Hope all is well there in Texas. And Dazzle and we just spoke to my sister yesterday in Houston. So we get news from my sister regarding Texas, regarding Houston. She'll be here too. She's planning a trip. The last time my sister was here was when she visited me in Iloilo City during my treatments. That was like March of 2023, and she plans on coming here February. So about 3 years. That's usually how long my sister. My sister's like 10 years older than me. My sister's 68 now. So anytime I have with my sister, when we see each other, we just treasure it, of course, more, because you just never know. It's like one thing I learned is like nothing guaranteed in life. It's like you have to like enjoy the moment. One thing I don't do anymore is I don't postpone things. If I want to do something, I do it now. It's like I think that was one of the things I learned through my cancer experience and my recovery. Still, I'm still going through recovery. They consider me going through recovery until 5 years. I think that's the target. It's like 5 years of being cancer free, and in June I'll be cancer free. So 3 more years of like every 6 months I have to get MRIs just to keep watching out, making sure the cancer is not coming back. So that's what they tell me, my oncologist. After I get to like 5 years, less MRIs, maybe yearly MRIs, yearly physicals, not these every month, all these blood work that I have to get done regularly. But I don't mind, it's like, I'm happy I'm always getting checked, it's like, that I'd rather know if something's gone wrong, or if I have to get treatments again or whatever. I'd rather know than not knowing. I know some people, they're afraid to go to the hospital. I've never been afraid to go to the hospital. I've actually never been sick my whole life. It's like, I worked 27 years in the hospital, and I never got admitted, never had surgery. I was just fit my whole life. I took good care of myself. It's like, and when you work in a hospital, we get more shots than anybody. It's like we get hepatitis shots. We got in the military, they protect us because when you work in the hospital, you're exposed to more. So, but I was never sick. That's why it was weird when I got sick with cancer, because it just came out of nowhere. And I always tell that to people. It's like, when people do one-on-one conversation with me, through WhatsApp or video call, I always tell them, it's like, just my experience of seeing people now, being on YouTube for 3 years, just my experience talking to people. One common thing that I notice with people is like, they postpone retirement. They're, worried about if they have enough money, which is valid. It's like, you don't want to retire and not have enough money. But I think, if as long as you have a pension, once you get that Social Security, once you get that pension, you can budget. You can be frugal and budget. Make sure that your pension will last. My thing is, I always tell people, the key for me, that the reason I was able to retire when I was 45 years old, when I got my military pension, I knew how much my military pension was every month. So all I had to do was make sure that I spend less than my military pension. So every month since I retired 2011, when I moved here, every single month I have saved money every month. It doesn't matter. Some months might be less because something might have came up that month, unexpected expense. But every month, even now, that Dazel's mom lives with us, Leanna lives with us, every month I'm still able to save part of my retirement. And I think that's the key to success in retirement anywhere, even in the US or in the Philippines, anywhere you go. That's the key to success in retirement. Spend less than your pension. It's like, you get in trouble when you spend more. And then I don't, like I said before, I don't have a single credit card anymore. I got rid of credit cards. I don't believe in them anymore. I handle everything cash. I handle a debit card. I have a debit card. I handle it with my debit card. Comes out of my savings and Gcash. Credit will just get you in trouble. I wish I had known that a long time ago when I lived in the US and didn't get into all that credit trap that they trap you in the United States. Because I remember in the US, they always like credit rating. That was such a big word in the US, your credit rating, so you can get a better mortgage rate and all that. And I'm like, man, I wish I never heard of credit. And unfortunately, here in the Philippines, I'm seeing like Filipinos get into that trap of credit. And what's bad, I think, here in the Philippines is that credit, the interest rates here are ridiculous. It's like, to buy a car, to buy a house here, you think you're paying high interest rates in the US. It's crazy here. It's crazy amount of money that they pay on interest here. But Filipinos, they're just so eager, and I understand, owning a home, owning a car, they get into that trap where, majority of their earnings are going to like a mortgage or going to a vehicle, and then, they suffer foreclosure or repossession because they lose their job, or they just keep spending, keep getting on that cycle of credit, just charging everything and buying everything new. It's like, that's why Dazel, it's like, I love, how Dazel is frugal, Dazzle shops at Ukay Ukay. All our clothes pretty much comes from Ukay Ukay. Like shorts, t-shirts, everything we wear comes from Ukay Ukay. The only ones that I shirts like this that people send me, this is a gift, from my friend Kip in Tucson. This is the shirt that you got me, Kip. Kip sent me this through Amazon Prime. He ordered it through Amazon Prime, and that's the shirts that I wear. All the military shirts that I get that I'm wearing, it's like what were given to me, and I appreciate them more because like I remember every single military shirt I wear. I'm like, oh, this came from Kip. Oh, this came from my friend Evelyn. It's like, it means more to me, so that's why I like wearing it, because I remember the people that gave me the t-shirts. What was your career, Mr.? I was in the United States Air Force. I was a medical administrative specialist for 20 years, active duty in the United States Air Force. I got to travel all over the world. I was stationed in Korea. I was stationed in Japan. I was stationed here in the Philippines. I think that's why now, when I first moved to the Philippines, 2011, I was still traveling. I did a lot of traveling. I went to Malaysia, Hong Kong, Thailand, you name it. I was traveling in Singapore. I was traveling in Southeast Asia and then the Philippines. But now, I guess maybe I'm getting older. I'm not big on traveling anymore. It's like I'm content, like driving my car here in Panay Island, going to Iloilo City, going to Antique Province. And then when we took our car to Negros Island, we took that ferry from Iloilo to Bacolod. And then we drove all the way to Dumaguete. To me, that's enough traveling. It's like, plus Dazzle hates flying. She doesn't like flying at all. So for me, it's like, I've done enough traveling during my military career. It's like 20 years I traveled all over the world. And then I just don't enjoy traveling now because the hassle, paying the terminal fee, your luggage, or canceled flights, or it's just too much hassle. For me, it would be nice if I get to see Japan again because I lived there for 4 years. But if I don't, I have good memories. I lived 4 years in Japan, so Korea the same way. I lived there for a year, so I have enough memories to like. That's fine with me if I don't ever see that country again. At least I have good memories about the place. And the main thing I wanted to travel before, I wanted to take Dazzle. I wanted to take her, trips different overseas, different places. But she hates flying. It's like she does not enjoy flying at all. So it kind of works out that when we travel now in the Philippines, it's gonna be by ferry. It's gonna be inside our car, taking our car in the roll-on, roll-off. It's called the Roro here. You basically just go to the port, get on the list. They tell you get on the boat. You roll your car to the boat, and then you get to the next the dropping point. You roll off the boat. So easy peasy. It's like. And I love driving. I know people say here, they would never drive in the Philippines, but I think they just are driving in the wrong places. I would never drive in Manila, or I would never drive in Cebu City. I would never do that. To me, that would be, that too stressful, too traffic. But here in Panay Island, I've driven here. Awesome driving, no traffic. Negros Island, when I got to Negros Island, once you leave Bacolod City, all the way to Dumaguete City, it's like clear roads. We took both roads, the west coast of Negros Island and then the east coast. Both roads are like free. It's like the only thing you had to watch was all them sugar cane trucks. There are a lot of sugar cane trucks that are on the road, and these trucks were like World War II trucks. They looked like World War II trucks, stacked high. We're talking like 20 feet sometimes stacked with sugar cane, and you're going like, man, and they're dropping like sugar cane on the highway, things falling off it, but yeah, it is what it is, but it's still fun because, it's like wide open spaces. All you see are like all the sugarcane fields on the background. I got sidetracked there, Mr. 007. So that was my career. I basically was, I worked in the United States Air Force for 20 years as a medical administrative specialist. And then when I got out of the military, I worked another about 7 years in Tucson, Arizona at St. Mary's Hospital. I was, they called me like a risk management specialist. Basically, I handled like the insurance of the hospitals, not just St. Mary's, but we had St. Joseph Hospital, Holy Cross, and Tucson Heart. I took care of the general liability insurance. I took care of the malpractice insurance, our helicopter insurance, anything to do with insurance, and anything to do with us, somebody filing a complaint against the hospital or suing us. You know, it's like that was my office. You know, it's like I worked for a nurse, Italy, Annette. Hey, Annette, if you're watching, hello, Annette. And then after Annette, I worked for a lawyer, you know, because again, I worked in risk management. It was like lawsuits and claims is where I worked. Boy, HD is busy. He's deleting a lot. Thanks, HD. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you making sure we're going smooth on our live stream, man. Can't thank you enough, my brother. Entertainment Shorts said hi. All right, fire. All right, man. I like that fire symbol, man. Thank you, thank you. Ray, out of 4 sailors killed in Yemen in Suez Canal. Oh man, that's unfortunate, man. That's unfortunate. 3 sailors. That's unfortunate, and I know, like a lot of container ships, a lot of commercial shipping. A lot of Filipinos work in a lot of those ships. It's unfortunate that stuff happens, but and we get those kind of news here, Danny. A lot of my Facebook pages has a lot of posting from seamen, people working in those ships, or relatives of people working in those ships. Dalen, hey Dalen, hi, hey man, I see you, man. I see you even on my Facebook. We're friends on Facebook. Glad you can make the live stream, my brother. Said hi, Anas. All right, Tanya. All right, Peter. I see your bike in the background. Any racing yet? No racing on the bike. That bike actually belongs to Dazel, but I can ride it because it's like it's the foldable bike, and I can raise the seat. Just enough to I ride around the subdivision. I sometimes mostly walk, but I do like riding Dazel's bike. It's like I do enjoy. My riding days are over. It's like I used to be a heavy-duty cyclist, road cyclist in Tucson, Arizona. I did a couple of El Tour de Tucson. If people know about the El Tour, it's like a century. You do 100 miles on a road bike. I've done a couple of those. And then I was also heavy into mountain biking. I used to mountain bike in the desert when I was stationed when I lived in Tucson, Arizona. They have trails that you can follow in the desert, and all you see is like cactus and desert, miles and miles. You can just, and then you run into people doing the same thing. And then we would camp out in the desert at night, just fun stuff. I was heavy into biking, but I gave up cycling, I would say when I turned 55 here in the Philippines. I've had too many close calls in the bicycle riding here in the Philippines that I said, I better not take any more chance riding a bike here in the Philippines, bicycle, because last thing I need is like an accident on my bike here that would require me like surgery or anything. I've never had surgery in my life, never injured my hip, never injured my knees or anything like that. So a couple of close calls here in the Philippines on my mountain bike. So I said, nah, I better find something else as far as exercise, as far as all my thrill-seeking stuff is done. I'm done with that. Sometimes you have to accept our age. I'll be 59 in August. I'll turn 59. So I'm happy with my walk. Hopefully running. I might do a 5K someday. That's a goal. That'll be a goal. But that's about it. No more adventures, or no more things that would like cause injury. Try to avoid injury now. 2D Hood Farms. Hey Shane, my friend Shane, what's up? What's up, Shane? Glad you can make it. I got to drink more of this Vita Coco because I have to hydrate. You know, I'm like I'm a hydrating freak, man. I just the reason was I remember after my treatments in 2023. It was like July 2023. I got admitted in the hospital here at Panay Hospital because I got dehydrated. So after that, now I overhydrate. You know, I'm always drinking. You know, because I always sweat, so I have to replenish. But never had any issues with dehydration anymore. I learned my lesson being admitted that one time because, if I could avoid the hospital again, and that was the last admission for me in the hospital, was July of 2023 for dehydration. You know, they hook up all the IVs, they take all blood from me, man. I don't want to go through that ever again. So if I have to drink, if I have to eat healthy, I'm doing all I can to avoid the hospital. Mustang, hey, there's my good friend, my mate in Canada. Yeah, I thought I could take heat and humidity until that's my friend David in Canada because when he came here, that was one of the things David said was like, I met David actually. We met each other at the GQ Plaza Hotel. I got to meet David, and he was saying, man, the heat and humidity in the Philippines is something else. That was one thing he had a hard time getting used to. I told him, even me, I'm going 14 years now, over 14 years now here in Aklan province. And as you can see, I still sweat all the time. I don't think you ever get used to the humidity and the heat. It's just part of life. You just kind of get, just bear with it, bear with it. Hello. Ooh, I can't. I think that's a France. That might be a flag of France. I'm not sure. I don't want to like. I'm not good with flags. At one time I was, but I just want to say the medical here is fantastic. My Asia cardiologist. Hey, thank you so much, Glenn. There's Glenn. He's my friend here. He lives in our neighborhood. He's been to Asia Pacific Medical Center, and like he said, great facility. That's where my oncologist is, Dazel. She's also gone through one time. She had an ultrasound done. Every medical care that I've got to Asia Pacific Medical Center, new facility. Only been open about a year and a half here in Calibo. Excellent facility. And the service is the thing that that's the one thing I tell people here. My experience anyway in Iloilo, Medical City, Iloilo, Asia Pacific Medical Center in Calibo, Panay Hospital in Calibo, the service of people, it's like I said, I've worked in hospitals for 27 years. And one thing here, the nurses here, the technicians, everybody's just so respectful. It don't matter what's going on in the hospital. I mean, working in the hospital, like me, anywhere you work in the hospital, it's very stressful. Being around sick people, not all sick people are nice. A lot of people, because their pain, they're suffering, so they take it out on the medical staff. But here, one thing I've seen here in the Philippines, they are just kind. It's like Filipinos here, they just go above and beyond the service. They take good care of you. They're very respectful. You will hear sir, Dazzle will hear ma'am. People are not, in the US, that doesn't happen all the time. Because again, I work in hospitals in the US. I've seen it where it gets so stressful that you can tell that the technicians or the nurses in the wards in the hospitals in the US, they're just stressed. I guess because one thing I noticed, the amount of nurses and technicians here if you go to a hospital here, they just have more, especially at a private hospital. The ratio of nurse to patient is not the same. In the US, one nurse is like handling so many patients. So there's stress. Here, you go to a nursing station here with, I would say maybe like 6 patients. And the nursing stations will have a group of nurses there. We'll have assistant, nurses aide. We'll have orderly. It's just a lot more people. So it's not so tense and not so stressful working here in the hospital from what I've seen, because I've been admitted here. I've seen the hospitals now here. Just a lot more, I think a lot more less pressure, and I'm sure nurses in the US can tell you this. Nursing in the US, lab technicians, radiology, it's just stressful because you make a lot of money in the US in the medical field, but those hospitals in the US, they make you earn that money. They don't, they try to max you as they're not going to hire a help for you or an assistant for you. They're going to try to just get the most out of you. Unlike here in the Philippines, a lot of times it's the same at department stores here, at groceries here. There's just so many employees, it's like nobody gets that big responsibility. Nobody gets overtasked. That's the thing I would say. Overtasked workers in the US. I enrolled in hot yoga for a month, acclimate to the hot weather before my trip to the Philippines. It worked for me. I did. Oh, nice. Good idea, Tanya. I do yoga too. That's part of my routine. What I do is I have a video on USB and I play it here on our TV, and I have a mat here and I do yoga here for about an hour. I do yoga. I try to do it every other day. Sometimes, I do more. And it feels like hot yoga in our living room here. When I do yoga, I'm sweating. The minute I start doing yoga here, I'm sweating. There's my friend Frederick. All right, Frederick. ¿Cómo estás, Dazelanders? Hey, Frederick. We're doing good. Frederick. Summertime here. Leanna actually and Mom, when we went to Leanna's birthday in Aklan, they stayed a few days in Aklan because they went swimming at Nabaoy River. So Leanna's getting to go swimming. That's her main thing. As long as she's going swimming, she's happy. And then my good friend from Hawaii is going to be here soon. He'll be here May 20. I pick him up at the airport in Aklan, and we're going to have a blast. I can't wait. He's my brother from another mother. Me and him, we used to work together in the military back in Japan 25 years ago. It's incredible how long ago I've known him. We worked together for 20, and he's been my best friends ever since we worked together at Japan. He comes here to the Philippines often. I would say in the 14 years I've been here in Aklan province, he's visited me here at least a dozen times. He was there when I went through my treatments in Iloilo. He stayed a week with Dazel and I. He's just, like I said, he's my brother from another mother. It's like so excited to see him because we're going to go to Boracay. We're going to go to Antique province. We're going to go to Iloilo City. And Dazel and Leanna's going to come with us. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see. And he lives in Hawaii. And he lives in Mililani in Hawaii. But he loves the Philippines. He said he could live here. But he's got he took he was retired military like me, and then he worked for the federal government, but he took that package. Now they're paying him until I think till October. His last day of work was April the 30th, so now it's just he's chilling right now. Can't wait to see him. 2D Hood Farms. How you doing, Junami? Bird watching. All right, bird watching. I used to do bird watching over at Ola's Fish Farm, man. They had a lot of birds there. Crane, like white crane and birds that I haven't seen before. Got 10, 11 chicks hatched. All right, all right. I know you got those chickens, and so total 14 so far. Easter egg. All right, man. That's cool. That's so cool, Shane. Peanut Butter Travels, third live stream. Present, all right. I like how you say present. Present, appreciate it, my friend Mustang. My friend David in Canada. I love the Philippines heat and all. Don't get me wrong, fantastic. Oh, I know. David, he had a blast in his time here in Aklan province. I know you do, man. I know you love your time here. All right, 2D Shane, make sure you hit the like button. Free to do. All right, appreciate that, my brother. Appreciate that. Done. I'm back, my bro. Hey, Ray's back. My friend in Sacramento, California. All right, the HD. How's HD? Golden State Warriors, bro. Oh, all right. Well, hopefully, this live stream will be done. We'll watch that game too, HD. Dazel watches all the basketball games. Me, I'm a Lakers fan, so they lost already. So I'm not as much interested. Like Dazel still watches a lot of the games. But me, it's like once my team loses, I might watch the finals, but it's not a big thing anymore for me. Okay, good. I didn't see that. I'm glad HD is clearing that, Brian Texpat. I'm glad he's taking care of that. That's why I appreciate you so much, HD. That way I don't have to go through that and read through it. It's like I can get through all these. Oh, there's Chloe, so I can tell Dazzle's coming down. She just woke up. Hey, babe. There's Chloe. Uh-oh, Chloe looks like she's gonna jump. There's Dazzle and Chloe coming down the stairs.
Good morning, everybody.
There you go. There you go. Good morning. Say good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning,
There's Chloe.
everybody.
Yeah. Oh, Chloe.
Oh,
That's the diva. That's our diva. Chloe the diva.
the diva.
Hey, Camp. There's my friend Ruben. Good morning, brother. I almost forgot about your life. I was keeping up with the news. Politics mostly. Hey, you're still watching me. I try to watch some of the news, but not so much. Not so much. There's Ruben. He's in Calibo now at his apartment in Calibo. I picked up. When did I pick you up, Ruben? I picked up Ruben. I think Monday night. Was that Monday night or Tuesday night? I can't keep track of the days. I always lose track of the days here.
Saturday night.
Oh, Saturday. See, Dazzle knows more than me. Half the time, I don't even know what day of the week it is. I try to remember Friday because it's a live stream. Especially now that Leanna is not in school. Usually, I can keep track of Monday to Friday because I have to get Leanna to school. But during the vacation time, I lose track of days. It's like half the time, I don't know what day of the month it is already. I have to look at my phone here. I have to look at if it's the 9th, the 10th. All I know is my good friend from Hawaii, he'll be here on the 20th. Because I have to pick him up at the airport. So I have to make sure I'm there at the airport on the right day in Katiklan. He'll be like, where's he at? Where's he at? I'm pretty good at picking up people at the airport. Like I pick up Ruben. Ruben came in his flight came in like at 7 p.m. I think. Yeah.
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 Supposed to be 6:40 p.m.
Yeah, supposed to be 6:40, but he ended up it always takes time here when they unload the passengers because here in the airport here, it's not like the airports in the US where you have that attachment from the plane to get you to the terminal. Most of your airports here, the plane will land and they have these stairs that they'll attach to the plane and you have to climb down the stairs. Sometimes you have to get in a bus to take you to the terminal. And then once you get to the terminal, you have to wait for your luggage, you know. So it takes time. Like if you land, if you have a landing time of 6:45, you'll be lucky to get out of the airport in about 45 minutes to an hour, usually. They're not in a hurry. Like with a lot of things here in the Philippines, you know, everything moves here on island time. Everything goes slow here. You know, nobody's in a rush. Nobody's in a rush. Not like in the U.S. When you go to the airports in the U.S., it's just so hectic. People zooming past you. You know, here, you know, a lot of the airports here, especially in the provinces, there's not many flights. You know, it's like even in Calibo now, I think maybe they have 3 flights a day now. You know, not many flights landing in Calibo now. 2D for Shane, babe. He goes Minnesota, going to the finals this season. My guess. All right, thanks. Pope Leo the Fourth. Yes, I saw that, Tim. I mentioned earlier about the Pope. You know, because you know the Philippines, like I said before, is majority of people here in the Philippines are Catholic. It's like 78.8%. About 90 million people in the Philippines are Catholic. So it's a big news here. It's all on my feed and in my Facebook feed. All my Filipino friends are like, you know, new Pope, first American Pope. Text that. Yes, sir. All right. My attention is a bit split between the. It's all right, HD. I understand, brother. Watch your Warriors game. Don't worry. You know, we can. You know, we'll survive. We'll survive, brother.
I'm watching now, babe.
Oh, Dazel's watching now. See, she's watching the Warriors game now. She's like you, HD. Her mind is on the Warriors game. The manager. Oh, yeah, Doobie. All right, Doobie. All right, Cam. That's my friend Ruben. He's talking about the manager at Pares. Pares Retiro in Calibo. It's like, they serve Pares. It's like a soup dish with beef on it. 100% beef. Angus beef, they claim. So it's pretty good. It's pretty tender. The gravy on the soup. It's an acquired taste, though. One thing, it's like... some people like it, some people don't, you know, with pares. Like me, I like it. They usually serve it with like garlic fried rice, and then the pares is like tender beef with like the gravy. The gravy on it is a different taste. That's why some people are used to like the American gravy, but this one's different. It's a different taste. It's an acquired taste. You know, that's why, like I said, some people like it, some people don't. Oh, that's also she likes pares. I like it. They also have like the bone marrow, right, babe? At one time, Dazel and I were eating so much bone marrow. They got like a big bone marrow that they serve with the pares. But we haven't had that in months now. At least almost a year since the last time we had that bone marrow, right? When they came out with the bone marrow, Dazel and I were like at pares almost every week. We were there every week having that bone marrow, but now we haven't had. No, it's one of those things when something new comes out, you're like, ooh, this is delicious. Then after a while, it's just okay. Who I was texting told me she just saw you and... Oh, all right. Oh, yeah, I did. Doobie, Ruben, yeah. She was sitting outside. I think she was on break. She was by the bananas. You know, there's always an old lady that sells bananas in front of those steps, and I always buy the lady's bananas there because I feel bad because the lady's probably like in her 70s, and you can tell that's her income is selling bananas. So I always buy bananas from that lady. But I saw her, Ruben, but it looked like she was on her phone, and I didn't want to interrupt. I mean, we were coming out of Jollibee. We were coming out of Jollibee when I saw Doobie. Sing it, Gino. Living with your means. It's easy. All right, Frederick. Yeah, it is. You know, it's like that's the thing. I think the key to success here in the Philippines, if you retire here, is just making sure whatever pension you got, it doesn't matter how much pension you got. People will say, oh, I got 4,000, 5,000, 7,000. It doesn't matter how much pension you get here. As long as you live below that every month, you will do well here. Yeah, like most foreigners that I know that live here. And that was going to be my topic today, actually. I was going to try to talk about the topic about what life is for us retired here in the Philippines, how day to day, how the life is. It's like one of the things I noticed with retirees here, you still have to figure out, because you could have been working in a developed country where you come from. When you come to the Philippines, I think it's still important for you to have some kind of purpose once you come to the Philippines. I hear this from some foreigners that retire here in the Philippines, that nothing to do in the Philippines. That's why I think you still have to come up with something that will keep you busy, will keep your mind going. Like for me, I kind of fell into this YouTube thing. I really expect that I was going to enjoy doing YouTube. It's like I've been doing it for 3 years now, and we'll continue doing it because for me, it's fun. It's not like we're not doing YouTube for the money, because we're not making a lot of money on YouTube. It's more like for us, it's like meeting people, having friends. Actually, there's been a couple of people that reached out to me. Yesterday, a blogger here in Aklan, he reached out to me, and he's not the only one that's reached out to me. He said he wanted to do a collaboration, and I actually had to think about it, because it's like, we've never done a collaboration with another blogger here. I mean, we met Mike, that Philippines Life in Roa City, just because we went to his bar with Jamal, but I had no intention of making a video with Mike, or I've never done a collaboration, because for me, what a collaboration would mean would mean work, because like we would have to sit down, come up with a plan to talk. I enjoy YouTube because it doesn't feel like work for me. It's like when I do my videos, it's like when I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking, what video can I talk about today? And then I'll go on my morning walk, and half the times I'm thinking it while I'm walking, And then, like you've seen our videos, all I'm doing is showing our day-to-day life here. It's not like I'm creating like fancy videos or editing with music and all that. All I'm doing really is like showing the normal day-to-day here. Like me going to get pandesal, me going to get coffee, my French vanilla brewed coffee, because I know there's a niche for that. I know I have viewers, we have subscribers. That's all they really want to look at, or watch. They're not interested in like the politics here or the drama that happens in some of the places here. It's like that's not, that's why our videos are easy to do, because I don't really have to think much. The ones that I have to think more are the ones that when I talk about hospitals here, or I want to make sure the facts that I'm saying is true. I don't want to be like spitting out, misinformation. When I talk about TRICARE, when I talk about Medical City Iloilo, when I talk about how much rent, those guys I have to do, I have to write it down at least. I have to like list it on my phone, because I don't want to make a mistake. But, you've seen our videos. I mean, we've had like over 700 videos. Half our videos is just day to day, like us going to the beach, us going to eat, us going to Boracay, us on the ferry. It's like, those to me, it doesn't feel like work, because all I'm doing is I'm just filming what I'm seeing and then talking about it. I think the collaboration, hooking up with other vloggers, to me that just seems like work. I don't mind going to lunch. Like I told the guy yesterday, hey, if you want to go to lunch or meet up for lunch, we'll go eat. I don't mind doing that. And if he wants to ask me about anything in the Philippines, be happy to talk about it, like I do on the live streams here. Mortgage rates in the US are out of control. I can no longer afford a house. Oh, that's sorry to hear, Tim. I have been seeing that. I have been seeing that, that I saw a video how housing, buying a home, buying a house, having a mortgage is becoming out of reach for a lot of Americans. I've been seeing that it's, you almost have to have like so much money to make now in order to afford a house. And that's scary because like, if you're already making so much money, what happens if you lose a job or, with cutbacks or whatever, and then how are you going to pay your mortgage? So I could see how, it would be uneasy for me to be purchasing a home in the US. Unlike here, like our house here, this house right here, it's a 430 square foot, 2 bedroom, 1 bath. We have a lot here, we can expand. And we bought this house for 1.5 million pesos, about $27,000 at the time when we bought it in 2015. I mean, that's like, to me, that was like insane because I paid more for a car in the US than our house. And now we only have about 6 years left on our mortgage here. And our mortgage is about $200 a month, so I mean, I can even pay that off fast if I wanted to, but to me, I feel like it's like renting. It's just renting for me here. And then we'll own this house here, house and lot. The lot it sits, we'll own it in like less than 6 years. And we don't have like big property taxes, big property insurance. My house insurance here is like $100 a year. It's like, it's insane. The fire insurance, the mortgage insurance. I mean, everything is like so affordable here. That's what I said earlier. It's like the reason I see people moving here is because of the cost of housing. It's still affordable here. I know some people, that's why I don't understand when they say, well, it's cost the same in the Philippines, cost of living in the Philippines, same in the US. And I just don't see that. Maybe they're living a different kind of life here in the Philippines, or maybe they're eating steaks every day, eating out every day. But it is still cheaper cost of living here in the Philippines. Housing and cost of living is still cheaper here. Internet, it might not be the best internet like you have in the US, but it costs a lot less. I'm getting by with this internet. I pay $25 a month for internet. And I can download videos. We watch Netflix, NBA League Pass. We can do live streams. So I don't have to have Starlink. It'd be nice, it'd be nice to have Starlink, but I don't want to pay $60 a month. I'd rather pay $25. I'm frugal that way. I like being frugal. I like saving money. I don't think, for me, the Starlink, buying the equipment and then $60 a month, to me, that's just extravagance, in my opinion. Anyway, that's just if I can get by with our internet here, I'm able to do our videos. Like I said, we don't make a lot of money on our video on YouTube, so it's like I don't want to spend any money upgrading equipment. That's why even this phone, this is like an iPhone 10. I got this iPhone. This is a hand-me-down phone from my good friend in Hawaii. This was his daughter's old phone. He said, dude, you want a phone, man? My daughter's getting a new phone. We got no use for this. So that's what I have. I have iPhone 10 right here. Cam, loud, very loud rumbling with weather. Ooh, I know, right, Ruben? That's what I was mentioning, Ruben, earlier. It's been raining here for like the past week. Thunder and lightning. A lot of rain at night here. It was the same thing last night. Very, very loud.
Nabasa ko, babe, kaya daw ganyan, papalapit na daw ang tag-ulan.
Oh, okay. Dazel just said.
It's a sign.
She said, because it's a sign that rainy season is on its way. It's close. She read it online. Thanks, babe. Thanks, babe.
Mag-ulan daw sa gabi, saka sa hapon.
And that's what we've been getting. We've been getting rain right at sunset. I mean, we finished our walk last night, babe, right?
Yeah.
We even went to 7-Eleven last night before we finished. We even got barbecue last night before we came home. But by the time we came home, did it rain last night? Because I didn't feel that. I didn't notice. I was I didn't rain. I didn't think it rained. It didn't rain till like later on the night.
Yeah.
Because I sleep early. It's like I'm having dinner usually like at 5:30, 6 p.m. By 8 p.m., I'm asleep. So anything happens past 8 p.m., I don't really know. Credit, HD, reputation. You can get good rates like in a car loan if you know what you're doing, but it allows some people to spend more than what they can afford. Uh, thank you, HD. That's exactly what it is. It's the same thing here. And here in the Philippines, I always kind of wonder about the credit here, HD, because here, there is no credit agency here. So the banks or whoever's giving you the card here, they're really taking a chance on the person. The only thing I think of, the reason the banks are able to like give you credit, if you don't pay them, there's consequences here. Not even though there's no credit rating company, you don't get a score here. What they can do is they can turn you into like the NBI, the National Bureau. So it's like the National Bureau Investigation. It's kind of like when you go to work here in the Philippines, you gotta get a clearance. It's kind of like a police clearance. So the credit companies here, if you don't pay them back, they can report you to those organizations. So when it's time for you to get an NBA clearance to go overseas or something, like it'll pop in there that, hey, this guy didn't pay. So that's why people here are careful as far as not being able to pay. But I see it all the time, HD, even in the housing here. So many foreclosures now in our subdivision. And there's one on the corner, right on the gate. Nobody was living in that thing for like a year. And it just grew. All this vegetation had grown into the house. But the other week I saw they were clearing it. They were cleaning it. So it looks like somebody bought the foreclosed property, because now it looks like they're going to refurbish it and somebody's going to live there. So, and I see it all the time. Even the motorbikes here in Calibo, in Aklan, so many repossessed motorbikes here. I can go to the Yamaha dealership here in Numancia and there'll be like 20 repossessed motorbikes, because here people get motorbikes on credit. It's crazy how they would get it on credit, HD, because I'll just give you an example. A 75,000 peso motorbike, brand new, if I buy it cash, I'll pay 75,000 pesos. I can walk out with a motorbike, $1,400. I can walk out with a motorbike cash. If I buy it on credit, it will take me like 4 years to pay. And by the time I pay off the loan, I would have spent twice as much for that 75,000 peso motorbike. It would have cost over 150,000 pesos. It's insane interest rates, but a lot of people get it anyway, because the Filipino thinking here is like, I'm never going to be able to save 75,000 pesos, so I'd rather buy it on credit and pay 5,000 every month for 4 or 5 years. But it's unfortunate, I think, they're taking advantage of the little guy, when they do that. But I guess it's just one of those things where if you really want the motorbike, that's why you see so many people here on really nice motorbikes, right, babe?
Yeah.
Even Dazel's favorite motorbike, the Fascio, it's kind of like an Italian scooter. That it's like 95,000 pesos for that motorbike, and
No wonder why.
and Dazel loves it because it's really cool bikes, right, babe? The color,
Yeah, it's so cute.
the colors are like very nice colors, and we see it all the time on the road, like people riding it, and it's like, man, how can they afford that motorbike?
I think 2,500 a month.
That's not bad. 2,500, probably for 6-7 years. It'll take you forever to pay off the motorbike. The motorbike will be not working anymore, and you're still paying on it. My wife shows mostly a Goodwill. I think she would love the Ukay store, man, because Dazel even tells me that sometimes when Dazel shops at Ukay, they have the Goodwill tag on it, right?
Yeah.
She sees like the Goodwill tag on it. So The products are coming from Goodwill, from the US. There, I can sit here. That way they can see you, babe.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Oh yeah, watch your game. Watch your game, babe.
Draymond Green just got a technical.
Enjoy the game, babe. Don't worry about, you know. Daniel, the U.S. credit system is a huge scam. Paid off 10,000 in debt over 6-7 weeks ago, and my credit score has not changed. Reported, but I added about 1K in credit and it shook. Yeah, but I remember, how those credit scores. But I'm glad I don't have to worry about that anymore, man. She definitely will. It's almost the same. Yeah, it is. Dazel loves the ukay because she can buy so like steel, like bark. I mean, she's bought me like board shorts, Old Navy board shorts from the USA. You can tell it's still got Old Navy, and I can tell the quality. And she would pay $2, $3 for my board shorts. That's why I love it that Dazzler goes to the ukay because I'm not picky, man. It's like I'll wash them shorts and I'll wear them shorts. I don't care. It's like all right. The U.S. credit system encourages borrowing over saving, trapping people in debt, and credit scores rule. Yeah, and I'm just glad. It's like. I'm out of that system, that credit system. I'm glad I don't no longer have any credit. The new Terminator is the new HD is the new Terminator. Babes, everybody, hi. Good evening. Watching from South Carolina. All right. So I have a friend in South Carolina. Usually they're on the live stream, but they're not today. But no big deal. Olson and Aliyah in Columbia, South Carolina. Said hi. Chop. Oh, I gotta go fast. Hey, there's Neen Cook. It's Dan. Where's Dan? Dazzle says, "Where's Dan? Where's Dan? Good morning, Milton. I gotta go fast. There might be more messages here." Said hi, Milton Flores Diaz. Oh, hello, Milton. Hi, Gino. We're both here. Oh, what? They're both there. Babe. Dan and Neen. They're both there. You got it right. That was French flag. All right, thanks, HD. I thought it was a French flag. One time I was pretty good at those flags. I just don't see them often now. All right, Joel and Eileen, babe. Joel and Eileen. Hey, Eileen, your cup is still up there. Dazzle hasn't used it. Yeah, Dazzle hasn't used it. It's in display. Unlike Leanna's. Leanna's is down there. She's always using her. That's the cup that Eileen got Leanna. She's always using that. The Hello Kitty one, Eileen, she always fills that with ice. It's like we have like an ice container in the freezer, but we have to fill the tray, and then when it's full, we got to flip it, and it has ice. Leanna's always killing all the ice. I'll be like, when I try to get ice, I'm like, where's the ice? Leanna's taking all the ice. That girl goes through so much ice. Uy, is that Totoy? Is that Totoy outside? Irvi Amoyan. Good morning, bro. Hey, good morning, Irvi. Good morning. Dr. J. Hey, Dr. J. What's up? That's from Ayo John's channel.
Oh, yo. Ayo John.
Any new upgrades at your 7-Eleven? Oh, yeah, Tim. I got to tell you about the upgrades. The upgrades at the 7-Eleven, they now have like a fish sandwich. They heat it up in the microwave, but the fish sandwich and then the chicken burger, man, they're delicious, man. I'm like, I have to try to limit going there because I end up eating too much when I'm there. Dazzle and Leanna. Dazzle and Leanna, they're always there. And Leanna spends all her money at 7-Eleven. She comes home with like a bag of drinks. Like she's trying all the drinks, like the vitamin water,
Yeah,
the
Vita Boost.
Vita Boost.
Now she likes the Sun Kiss.
Sunkissed. She likes Sunkissed. They just got so many drinks there. You know, a
Yeah.
lot of drinks I've never even
She
seen. You
doesn't
know.
like the C2 though.
Oh, she doesn't like C2.
She was
Like
like
they have so
six,
many
yeah.
drinks, like pomelo drink. I know Dazel's been drinking that. Me, I still stick with the one I like. They have a 1 liter of calamansi juice. They have calamansi juice 1 liter, 99 pesos. And with my discount card, they even give me a discount there with my PWD. I pay 70. You know, so it's kind of nice that I get that discount.
I should bring you there every day.
You should bring me there every day. I kind of feel bad because I got to write down on the book. They write me down on the book on my PWD, so I have to sign it every day. But hey, if I'm buying every day, like my coffee, it's 57 pesos for the large, but I only pay 40. You know, again with my person with disability card. It's really nice having that card. Kim Spencer, hey, hello. Irby, Gino, personal question. Are you dual citizen? In your opinion, what are the advantages of dual for retired military? Yes, I'm dual citizen. Actually, when I came here to the Philippines in 2011, I was not dual citizen. I had just planned on doing that balikbayan privilege because as long as you're born in the Philippines, you have a Philippine birth certificate, or your U.S. passport says Philippines born, you get the balikbayan privilege. And that's 1 year free visa. You don't have to pay if you're a former citizen of the United States or the Philippines and you became a natural citizen in the United States. And also that also applies for spouses. So that's one thing some people don't know that if you're married to a Filipina, you're an American, you only have a U.S. passport. If she is a balikbayan, she's entitled to the balikbayan privilege, 1 year free visa. If you fly with your Filipina at the same time in Manila, you also get the balikbayan privilege. It's not a visa, it's not balikbayan visa, it's called a balikbayan privilege. They'll stamp your passport, U.S. passport, you're an American, they'll stamp it, BB, it says BB, balikbayan, and good for 1 year. You don't have to get a tourist visa, you don't have to renew anything, and all you have to do is before that 1 year, you can just leave in the Philippines. And a lot of people do that here. A lot of people like that are married to Filipina, the foreigner, they do the balikbayan privilege, and then 1 week or 2 weeks before it expires, they just fly to Thailand, come back, and you get the privilege again. So you can live here in the Philippines on that balikbayan privilege for years. Just every time before it expires every year, just go to Thailand, go to Taiwan, because they have those flights now here, direct, and it doesn't cost much to fly. Like in Iloilo City, you can fly direct to Taipei, to Singapore, to Thailand, and round trip ticket. You can get a round trip ticket, $200, $300 round trip to those places. And it becomes a nice vacation. And then when you come back, you get 1 year balikbayan privilege. Main thing is the Filipina has to be with you when you fly in. You can't fly in by yourself. If you fly into the Philippines by yourself on an American passport and you're not from the Philippines or born in the Philippines, you're a tourist. You get that 30-day tourist visa. But as far as the advantage, for me, I went ahead and got the dual citizenship because for me, the advantage was I was going to go to school at STI College using my GI Bill. And they asked me, because I was an American citizen, for a student visa. And it was a pain to get a student visa. So I went ahead and got dual citizenship. To me, the advantage is I never have to leave here. I can just stay here forever, and I have a certificate that says I'm a Filipino citizen. I basically have the same rights as a Filipino that I didn't become naturalized. I have a Filipino passport. I can vote here. I can do buy land here. So to me, I know some people say the disadvantage is you lose your clearance, like our military clearance. But I had no plans on going back to the US or working for federal government or military anyway. You know, I was 45 when I retired here. So, and I was 46 when I got my dual citizenship. So, my military clearance, top secret, whatever clearance I had no worries about losing it. You know, I didn't plan on going back to work. You know, so that's a lot of consideration because people say that once you become a Filipino citizen, you lose your secret or top secret clearance in the military. So something to think about if you plan on going back to work again in the U.S. You do any special prep for typhoon season? Also, are you near a volcano? All right, volcano. We're not near a volcano. There's no volcano here that I know of in Panay Island. The closest is in Negros Islands, but it doesn't reach us as far as the volcano. Typhoon season, we don't do any prep because we're lucky. We're actually pretty lucky here in Western Visayas. None of the typhoons hit us here. We might get rain from the typhoon. We might get like the outer bands of the typhoon. A lot of the typhoons, especially last year, hit like northern Luzon. And then even if it travels to Visaya, eastern Visayas get hit first, like Samar and Leyte. It'll hit eastern Visayas, it weakens, and then it hits central Visayas, Cebu. By the time it hits in western Visayas, it's just a storm by the time it hits us. Not a problem with us. And I think the same thing is that's why people like western Visayas area, like Dumaguete, Bacolod City, Iloilo, and Panay Island. That's why a lot of people live in this area because we don't have to worry about typhoon season as much. We don't get hit by typhoons here. By the time it passes through here, it's a lot weaker than when it hits. Now, if you live in eastern Visayas, if you live in Leyte or Samar, or sometimes even Cebu, because Cebu's central, they get hit by typhoons, but not here in western Visayas. How are you, Air Force? I'm half Filipino, born in Manila. How are you, Air Force? I was Air Force because I left the Philippines when I was 12. I joined the military in the United States when I was 17. After graduation from high school, I graduated at Long Beach Wilson High. I was not a U.S. citizen when I joined the United States Air Force. And that's the reason I joined. I only had a green card when I joined the military. When I first joined, because I only had the green card, I couldn't get a secret clearance. My clearance in the military was called favorable. But a lot of times when they had military briefings, I had to step away. I couldn't listen to secret stuff, in the military. But the reason I joined the military was they told me, my recruiter, when I joined, within 2 years, I would get my citizenship. And I did. After 2 years of being in the military, I joined in 1984. By 86, I was already a United States citizen. I would probably think they would probably have the same program like that, because it makes sense. If you serve the United States military, to me that should be enough to get citizenship in the U.S. because you're willing to sacrifice your life for the flag of the United States. Scott AR, good morning, Gino. Sipping my decaf coffee. All right. They got all right, guys. They have decaf coffee at SNR. Somebody had asked me about that decaf, and I remember I asked Real Coffee in Boracay if they have decaf, and sure enough, they have decaf at the Real Coffee in Boracay. Oh, there's Olson from Columbia, South Carolina. Olson and Aliyah and Isaiah. I was wondering, because you hadn't said hello yet, man. I didn't know you were online. I thought you weren't online because I know you guys are regulars, man. You don't miss the live streams. Appreciate you guys. I gotta drink more. I'm still sweating here. Dazel, she's like intense watching the Warriors game.
Your aunt got hurt.
Oh, Ant-Man got hurt? Hopefully not serious. Kip, hey, morning ladies. There's Kip, babe. Kip says hello. I can hear mom awake, but Leanna, she's still sleeping. I know.
Still sleeping.
Yeah. Babe, Kim Spencer said, looks like the collagen is working, Dazzle. She noticed. See, Kim.
I haven't washed my face yet.
You haven't, see, she have, Kim, Dazzle hasn't even washed her face yet, and it's working. Very maganda. Oh, salamat, Kim. Oh, I got it marked on the calendar, Kim. The May 15th, Akina's gonna be here, babe. So that she might contact us and whatever they need, man, whatever they need, Kim, you know, we're there. You know, it's like we'll help them out, whatever Akina needs. To the two queens, all right. All right, Daniel says, good morning. Babes, hi, hey, Babes Recipes. Danin, good morning, Dazzle.
Oh,
That's
good
the
morning.
Dan and Neen, babe. Dan and Neen.
Yeah, I was looking for Dan when you said Neen was online. So
Yeah,
I was like, who's that?
yeah, they're both online. They're both online. The Warriors are getting blown in the first quarter. I'll come back to it after the. All right. We're almost done anyway. We're almost 95 minutes. So we usually do 2 hours. So that's my target time. I'm gonna try to make sure I got that I don't have many messages here. Scroll, make sure I get through them. Good morning, Jill. Tita Marie. All right, Tita Marie. Hello. Fireworks fire. Hey, man. New watcher here. I'm Filipino born in Canada from the 90s, but you're really inspiring, man. Hoping to follow. All right. Hey, thank you. Thank you for the kind words. And thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that, my friend. Make sure you contact me if you have any question. If you want to, someday retire here. It's like be happy to help. I'm helping a person now from Canada, Ivan and his family. Ivan and his wife, they got like 2 little kids, and the oldest kid is actually going to start school for the first time here in Iloilo City. They've been here in the Philippines now for less than a month. They're gonna get settled. The school starts here in June. He already enrolled his oldest daughter at Ateneo in Iloilo City, one of the best schools, private schools here in Iloilo City. So I told him, man, whatever he needs, I'll help assist him if he has any questions. But I know they will be very happy. His wife's Filipina, Ivan's not Filipino, but I know they will have a good life here in the Philippines in Iloilo City. My go-to might be the bowl of goto now. All right, hey, I told you, I introduced Ruben, my friend Ruben in Calibo. I introduced him to goto. Goto at Pares Retiro. Goto is kind of like a congee, like a Chinese congee, like a soup, rice soup. And the goto in Pares Retiro's got like garlic, fried garlic on it, and then the parts are like the inside parts, like the tripe. I know many people probably are turned off by tripe, but the Pares Retiro goto, the tripe they use, man, it's super tender. It's kind almost like, it's not chewy at all. It's almost like eating a tendon, and they have beef tendon on their goto too. So Ruben said it's his go-to now. He loves that. I introduced Ruben to the goto. My grandmother always said, if you're bored, you must be boring. She doesn't make our that's the thing. A lot of I see that in the kids here still. Because like my Dazzle's nephews, when we go to Aklan, they're just making fun about everything, climbing trees, collecting fruit. They're everything. You can see the kids are never bored, because they're always out playing, because it's not the same dynamic I know in the US where kids are like on their iPad, on their phone, because, more than half of the kids here don't have phones. You know, Leanna just got her first phone as a graduation gift at 12 years old. So, and I know half of Leanna's classmates don't have cell phones. So they're still outside playing. You know, there's a benefit to that, being outside playing and making your own fun. Like I said, they're always coming up with their own games. You really put Iloilo on the map for me. The active light running, watch. Oh yeah, man. I always tell people, you know, if you're looking for a city to move in here, easier transition than like here in the province, like we live in Aklan province. This would be a hard transition for somebody that grew up in the city, like LA or something, or Houston, Texas, or New York, coming to the province. It's a big adjustment. But Iloilo City, if you decide to move there, if you're coming from a metropolitan city, you'll feel like you're still in the city. You'll feel like you're in the U.S. And you know, it's like bicycle friendly, walking friendly. You know, the people that I helped move to Iloilo City, like Frederick, you know, he's been there now almost a year. They love Iloilo City because all the conveniences of the malls, big malls, SNR, the Costco of the Philippines. I mean, it's just, and the roads are wide. You don't have the congestion and traffic like in Manila or Cebu City. That's why, you know, I always tell people, if you're looking for a city in the Philippines, you know, Iloilo City is the place. Halftime. Dazel says halftime. I think the daily life. Oh, appreciate it. I'm glad you're. And that's why I do it. You know, that's why I just do the normal day-to-day stuff, because there's enough people that show interest in those videos. That's why, you know, I don't really have to think a lot. You know, as far as like I just want to show like going to the market, going to the fruit stands. You know, things that normal people will do. You know, it's like when we do go to Boracay, I do film, you know, the resorts, the hotels, and all that. But I like showing like what your life can be if you come to the Philippines, the day to day, like waking up in the morning, getting your pandesal, getting your brewed coffee, going to the fruit stand, going to the public market, buying fresh fish, you know, because that's what more people do every day, you know, just the normal stuff. My duty is to share the nice thing I see. I know. That's why I like watching. Check out HD Apex, his YouTube channel. He's got a lot of cool videos of Northern California beaches along the beaches. He has a lot of videos there. They had this Japanese event, different. If you like Japanese stuff, he filmed like all this cool stuff in Northern California.
I watched the Christmas lightings.
Oh yeah, Dazel just said she loved the Christmas lighting thing that HD had. Check out HD Apex, his YouTube channel. He doesn't talk on the videos, but he just shows you the videos. It just shows you. I usually just put it on our big TV, and while I'm cooking, while I'm downstairs here, I'm just like watching it. Yes, we love your videos. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words, Dan and Neen. Peter Taylor, you sharing your everyday life helped me plan and make the move to the Philippines. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Again, thank you for the kind words, Peter. Appreciate everyone. That's why I know. That's why I keep doing it. You know, it's like when people contact me offline, you know, not with the comments, they chat with me. You know, I get that. I get a lot of people are thankful. You know, makes their easy transition here, and I'm always willing to answer. If you message me through our WhatsApp, through Messenger, email, I always answer. You know, I'll make sure I answer 100%. I don't skip any. I take my time because it's important when you reach out to me. That's important to me. We are great, Jalen Burton. We are great, brother. We are great. Edgar. All right. It's odd. I heard they don't sell the repo motorbike any cheaper than the new ones. No, they sell it cheaper because I was looking at it, Edgar. The reason I was looking at some of the repo, people always ask me about rental of motorbikes. I haven't found. I mean, I've found rental cars in Calibo, but I haven't found rental motorbikes. That's why I was looking at the repo because I can buy a repo, refurbish it, make sure everything's correct on it, and I was thinking, since people keep asking me about a rental, I would rent it myself. You know, that's how I can keep the motorbike here if somebody wants to rent it. But I didn't want to pay like the brand new prices. But I've seen some motorbikes. I've seen like a 2-year-old motorbike, like 2023. I've seen them 40,000 pesos, about, that's less than 800, you know, about $750 for half price of a new one for a 2-year-old, maybe 10,000 kilometers on it. So the 125cc. So I've been checking it out because I'm tempted to just buy one, but the only thing is like the hassle of registration, going to the LTO, get inspection, insurance. That's the only thing I was worried about. But I wouldn't mind buying one and just storing it here in our house. And then when a subscriber comes here, wants to rent, because I'm always being asked. They're always being asked. They want to come here to Aklan. They want to come here to Panay Island and rent a motorbike. Your videos are the reason we will probably. Oh, thank you. That's so kind, Dan and Neen. Appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I'm glad you're considering Aklan as a return. I really think Aklan is a hidden gem here in the Philippines. You know, we might not be fancy like some of the place like Dumaguete City. That's the city that gets a lot of press as far as because the amount of expats there. We don't have that amount of expats here in Aklan province, but there's a good and bad to that. You know, if you want to be around expats, you know, of course, if you want to be around expats and do expat things, you know, and that was part of my thing. I was going to talk about retirement life in the Philippines. I've noticed the male single expats, the one that are still, you know, looking for a partner, want to play that bachelor life. A lot of those guys, they go to Dumaguete City and they go to Angeles City. Those are the two places that I see them going. And I'm not mad at them, you know, nothing wrong with that. That's the thing I was gonna say about coming here to the Philippines, retiring or moving here. There's really there's something for everybody. It's kind of like it's not a one size fits all. The thing about the Philippines, you will find a place here you can match what you're looking for. If you're a male single guy, still want to play the field, like I have a friend, that's what he does. That's why he's in Dumaguete City. He's having fun. He's dating women. That's the place to be. If you want to be in that dating scene, going out clubbing and things like that, that's the place to be. But if you want to find a Filipina for long term, you know, that probably is not the place to look, you know. But hey, you never know. You never know where you will meet your Filipina, you know. But it just depends on like what I want to say is like there's people are all different. We're all looking for different things. But one thing I've learned is the Philippines has that thing for each person that you're looking. You just have to do your research. You have to do your recon, go to the different places as far as finding if the city fits you or if the province fits you. But I know one thing, you know, it's like the people that I've helped move here to Aklan, that are living here in Aklan because of our channel that I help, they're happy here because, and most of them have partners. Most of them have found partners. Some have found them here in Aklan. Some brought their partners from where they came from and moved here to Aklan because the thing here in Aklan is it's low cost of living. The housing is cheap. even in our subdivision here, gated community, you've seen it. I've walked here. You can find 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartments here or houses here, less than 10,000 pesos a month, about $170, $180 a month. And some of them furnished even. I mean, that's just hard to find anywhere. And then we're only an hour and 15 minutes away from Boracay Island. My friends the other day, they went to Tangalan. Tangalan Beach is like not even 30 minutes from here, from where we live. 30 minutes, clear beach, not crowded, more locals go to that beach, Boracay is not the only beach here in Aklan province. We are surrounded by beach from Calibo all the way to Buruanga. We got so many beaches here that not visited, not frequented by people. You can still find beaches here where when you go, you will be the only one there. We've had videos like Dazel and I have had videos in Nabas, that beach in Nabas. We had the beach all to ourselves and we're like paddleboarding in Nabas. You still have that here in Aklan. Not a lot of places in the Philippines got that. That's why I tell people, man, Aklan is a hidden gem. The only thing I would say, it's not Iloilo City. If you're looking for a city, there is not a single city in Aklan province. Calibo being the biggest, it's a town. It's not a city. We don't have SM City. We don't have Robinson. We don't have the big malls. Everything is like a small town still, small town living. That's the thing. It's not for everyone. Province, it's not for everyone. That was me. I asked about, the decaf. I remember you were the one that asked for the decaf. Southern Cal Benny. Hello, Gino. Filipino civilians who have worked for the U.S. Embassy for 20 years are eligible for. Oh, nice. I did not. That's awesome. That's awesome that they give them that privilege. It makes sense. I mean, they served the U.S. for that many years. Thank you for sharing that. I did not know that. And I know many Filipino civilians work at the U.S. Embassy. Norfolk neighbor. Oh, all right, Norfolk. I've actually been to Virginia Beach, man. I've actually been to Virginia Beach a long time ago. I'm trying to remember when I was there. In the 80s, late 80s, I was in Virginia Beach. I still plan on making my trip, but it will probably not be October like when. I understand, Kip. No worries, Kip. We will be here. We will be here. Whenever it's time for you to come. We will be here. We will be your tour guide of Aklan province and Panay Island. Whatever you want to see here, we will take you in our car. We'll travel. We will take good care of you, Kip. Goto sounds delicious. Can't wait to try that. And the new. Oh yeah. The New Washington seafood, man. The oysters at New Washington. Actually, that one day we bought like a kilo of the peeled one out of the shell and we split it. We gave it to our friend Ray and Catherine. And Ray, he had this mixture of gumbo. He made like oyster gumbo, man. Talisman, good morning and God bless sa inyo. All right. Thank you. God bless po. Salamat po. I keep waiting for Asia Pacific to put their price list back up so I know how much extra to budget for my trip. But they are working. They were working on Filipino time. All right, Kip, I'll keep that in mind. The next time I go for my appointment, or I might ask a friend. I have a friend that works at Asia Pacific if she can assist me as far as getting prices. Just let me know, Kip, what tests or what procedures you need at Asia Pacific. That way I can ask specifically for that test or that procedure. Send that message to me, Kip, and I'll take care of that, brother. I rented a scooter in Duma. Never saw. I know, that's the thing, Tim. People always ask me they want to rent a scooter. I have not found a scooter rental place here in Calibo. That's why I was thinking about if I can get a repo one, refurbish it, I can just keep it here in our little area here. I have a covered carport. Put like a cover on it, and anytime somebody wants to rent it, I can rent it out to them. See Daniel already said he would rent a bike from me. We love the idea of not living in Boracay, but being close enough to pop in. I know, and you can find that, Dan and Neen, in Malay. Malay has, I know Chris, an expat, he lives in Malay. I know Stevie, he's coming here in October, and I'm going to find a place in Malay. And Malay is only 15 minutes away by ferry ride. You can actually ride on the Parao sailboats from like some Biray, Malay, or in Malay. Ride the Parao sailboat to take you to Boracay in the afternoons. But that would be ideal. That would be ideal. Instead of being in Boracay, because all the tourists are in Boracay, it's crowded. Just that way you're not there all the time. That way you got the peace and quiet still of Aklan province. And then when you want the nightlife and you want the restaurants, the Western restaurants, Japanese food, Italian food, you got that, by going to Boracay. That would be ideal. That, someday, I know Dazel and I always tell Dazel, someday we'll probably end up in Boracay anyway, because that's our happy place. I'm happy there. Just renting, just renting. Even if we build something small in our Dazel land, in the lot the Dazel bought, I wouldn't mind renting. Once I get my Social Security, we would have the funds. We can do a lot more than what we're doing now. Babe, Danine said they will have to get a Neen land property too, just like Dazel land.
That would be nice.
Yeah, it's ideal. It really is the ideal situation, I think. If you got that spot and then you're only a 15-minute ferry ride, and heck, they're building a bridge to the mainland. Pretty soon you can walk from mainland Aklan to Boracay. You don't even need to take the ferry.
Just walk.
Just walk. Yeah, just walk. It'd be a nice hike, man. I'll be walking that bridge. It's not that long. I would walk that bridge easy, man. I see Dazel and Leanna racing around the subdivision. If you get a second scooter, yeah. Kip, I've been teaching Leanna on Bumblebee. She almost threw me one time off Bumblebee, Kip. Dazel was cracking up because I was sitting behind Leanna, and I told Leanna, all right, give it some gas. And boy, Leanna punched it, Kip. And I almost flew off the motorbike. I thought hang on to the tricycle. So, and Dazel's laughing, because babe, Leanna almost killed me. But we were in the safe area behind the subdivision where there's no traffic. That's where I was trying to teach. I was trying to teach Leanna on Bumblebee.
And Leanna was
and she's happy. Leanna's so happy about riding. And now we're she's able to make turns. She's able to where there's no traffic. But I would never put her in traffic. Just empty lot. Leanna can ride Bumblebee. Dazel card. Dazel card. 10 months and counting. All right, Daniel. That will go by fast, brother. 10 months is nothing. That'll go by fast. I remember I did the same thing, in 2010, my countdown. I got here to Boracay in March of 2011, and I was counting down, man. I couldn't wait. To get to the Philippines. Congrats, bro. All right. 14 months. We're also, that's gonna go by fast, man. Once you got that target of when you'll come to the Philippines, that will go by fast. All right, I think I did that video already on the election. So hopefully everything goes smooth with the elections here. Hopefully we don't have incident here in Aklan. Sunday 11 and then 12, Monday's the election. I know 11 and 12. We're probably just gonna stay home. We're not gonna go anywhere because because it's gonna be crazy anyway. Like I know election day here, the traffic, all the schools where they have the balloting, the booths. I know, and people will it's just a crazy time. You got to be here to like. One person was mentioning to me earlier how in Lipa, in the comments in Lipa City, they have like rallies here. They got like big bullhorns, balloons. They got loud music. Everybody's campaigning. But I think there's a rule, right, babe? The day before election, there's no more campaigning. Hopefully, because
That I don't know.
yeah, because I think I read something where the day before the 12th, the 11th, campaigning ends because
Oh.
campaigning is just nonstop. You can't avoid. Can't go to Kaliba. I can go anywhere and avoid campaigning. People on bullhorns, people playing loud music. It's just it's pretty wild to see actually. But I think that's the rule. The day before election, no more campaigning. Nobody's allowed to campaign anymore. Have a great day. All right. Have a great day, Kip. Thank you for being online. Thank you for being online. For sure. All right. All right. Everybody have a great weekend. Appreciate everybody's time. Thank you very much for coming online. Great chat. All right, Daniel. See you next week, Daniel. Same time. Same time, same channel. Campaigning is for the people who have money. Oh, definitely. Yeah. They each day they even knocking on my door, man. I got these pamphlets here. I was like, what the heck, man?
Where's that pamphlet?
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know where that pamphlet. I mean, people are knocking on my door, and nobody knocks on our door because there's no soliciting in our subdivision. They don't allow people selling stuff here. And then I was like, who's that? Because Toto was barking, and I'm like, what's going on? It's like I opened the door, and there's like 12 people on my yard, outside our gate, like they're like handing us handouts. Vote for this. I was like, okay, all right, man. All right, great. Thank you, Danin, Dan and Nin. Thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoyed. God bless. God bless.
Mainland.
I will, Tim. See that? We'll enjoy. What's the plan for lunch, babe?
Grand Gaisano.
Grand Gaisano. That's also, you heard the boss. You heard the
That's
boss.
the place I haven't gone okay yesterday.
Oh, okay. All right. So we're going to Grand Gaisano. There's a Korean boneless chicken at a food court there that I like. So I'll get the spicy kimchi Korean boneless chicken at the food court. All right, there's Frederick, babe, Frederick.
Hi,
All right, Frederick. Have a great weekend, Frederick.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you. Bye, all. Have a great. All right, Tootie. That's Shane. All right. Take care, HD. Thank you so much, HD. Appreciate you, brother. Same Batman. All right.